Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video I have a great news for you guys. Now Opensuse 16 Leap release candidate is available to download and you can try it. And very soon the final version will be released. Now in this video we will see that how you can install Opensuse Leap 16 and also you can also install the Tumbleweed by the same process with a new installer. Yes, now Opensuse will use a new installer called Agama Installer. The previous installer was Yast installer and that was also really good, but you know that when time passes, so new things comes and new things are really needed for better things. And you can see this is the GitHub page of the Agama installer, and you can see that it is developed by the Yast team itself, and it is for reusability, integration with third-party tools, and building an advanced user interface. The user interface will be really good and convenient, and we will see it later in this video. So first of all, you need to download the Opensuse ISO file, and for that you just go to the get.opensuse.org, and here you different versions are there, you can see. So this is the thing that I want, Opensuse Leap 16 release candidate. You can download tab, and here for 64-bit desktop and laptops you can download either offline image or online image, but for now I will download the network image because it is of size of almost 600 MB, and if you download offline image it will be almost greater than 4 GB. So just download it and then boot it from a USB drive. For that you can use Ventoy or Belena Etcher. You can watch my video for that, and if you try it in the VirtualBox you can do it also. So now without wasting any time, let's boot the ISO file and let's see what happens. Now before booting the ISO image you need at least 20 GB of hard disk space, and recommended RAM is 4 GB. Well, now you can see this is the Opensuse, and you can install or failsafe mode and rescue system. Some options are there. Just hit enter here, install Leap 16. But first of all, let's select Leap 16 beta. Now select it, configuring the product, and this is, you can see this is the Agama installer. Now basically it is a service and it is running in the Firefox. You can see it here. You can see this is the Agama installer. It is running in the local host, right, in the Firefox browser. To confirm that, I can show you guys. This is Firefox 140 ESR version, right? And you can see that different parts, different stages you can navigate from here, and it's really easy to navigate, and any one of it you can just go directly to that. And now first of all, let's see, this is the overview, right? And this is the host name. Okay, just leave it. Localization, now language, this is the default English US. You can change it here and you can select whatever language you want in the system. And this is the keyboard layout. It is by default US English. And the time zone, I want to change it because I'm now in India and the city near me is Kolkata, so this time zone I will select. And now the network part, you can see this is very easy to use installer, right? And the look is really different, really cool. And if you want to install in your laptop or desktop, so you must connect to the internet, either it is wired connection or wireless Wi-Fi connection. Wi-Fi networks will appear here, and my wired connection is connected for now. And in the storage section, now you can see I have given 30 GB of space to install the system. And you can see this is the very convenient way of installing, and I definitely loved this installer. Okay, and it's very cool installer, I can say. And you can see this is the default installation. If you do it, so 3 partitions will be created. One is SDA1, this is the boot partition, right? It is a FAT32 partition, you know. And this is the SDA2, this is the root partition, and by default it is BTRFS system, but you can change it to the ext4 partition, right? And this is the swap partition of 2 GB. So this is the default installation partitions. You can change, of course. If you click here, and you can see these 2 partitions actually visible, and boot partition is not visible, right? And you can edit these 2 partitions. Suppose you want to edit, so just click this edit button, and you can see this is the swap partition. And the file system you can change from here, and size you can enter a manual size here also. And you can also configure the root partition. This is root partition, and you can configure it. And if you don't want to use the BTRFS file system, you can install with the ext4, right? You can add a label here, a name, and the size you can change the size also. Click the manual, and you can see you can change the size here. And allow growing, this will be checked actually to fill the this should be checked. It will grow the size of the partition if some free space are there. So you can do all these stuffs, and for now just keep the default ones, right? And now click software. Well, installation will take 2.2 GB, right? And AC Linux support is there. Change selection, let's see. Now you can see this is the desktop environment. This is very necessary thing. And to get these options, you must connect it to the internet. And you can see the GNOME desktop is here, and Wayland is by default. You know that Wayland is the future, X11 is now old. So you can click here to install the GNOME desktop. You can see that. And also you have the option for KDE desktop and XFC, because these 3 desktop environments offer the Wayland session. But remember, XFC has experimental Wayland version. So I will recommend to use either GNOME or KDE desktop. And other options you can see here, the base technologies. So AC Linux support, this is checked by default. And software management and desktop functions, so multimedia and office softwares you can install from here. If you don't want that, so you just uncheck it, right? You can of course install these things later, right? So you can uncheck it. And also the file server, mail server, internet gateway, and many options you can select from here during the installation, whatever you want. Help and documentation, you also click for that. And at last the authentication, so you have to create a user, so just create it. Well, password I'm giving actually you should give a strong password, right? But just accept it. And root user, you can create the root user here. So use password. If you don't create root user, so many tasks you will face difficulty for doing many tasks. And the password you can enter. This is the root password to do administrative tasks. Okay, all things done, right? And now click install. Okay, continue. Well, now all the packages what you have selected will be downloaded from the internet and all the system will be installed. So you have to keep a little patience. I'm just pausing the video. And the OS is completely installed now. Congratulations. But two things I want to mention here, that if you have a good processor in your laptop or desktop and a good RAM, at least 8 GB, then you should try the online installer. That is, all packages will be downloaded and installed. So a much processing power will be needed for that, so that the time needed. If you want to try in the VirtualBox, so I will recommend not to use the online installer, because it will more time consuming. A lot of time will waste, and this is true, and I'm also experiencing this. So if you want to try in the VirtualBox, use the offline installer. I will recommend that, but of course you can do whatever you want, no problem. And so just reboot the system. Well, now you can see that this is the Opensuse Leap. You can see it is using Linux kernel 6.12. Just hit enter. Now it is booting. Now this is, you can see this is the login screen of it, and this is the username what I have created earlier, and password. Enter. Well, this is the default GNOME desktop you can see here, and you can read some documents and other things. Okay, just close it, and you can see this is the GNOME desktop. All the settings you can see here. You can go to the system and about section. So some detail you can see from here. This is Opensuse Leap 16, right? All things you can see. This is the Wayland. This is Wayland only interface. GNOME 48 it is using. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video very soon. Till then, take care and goodbye.